Everyone, welcome back to Christmas by the Sea, day number 2, and I've come to one of my favourite places on the Norfolk coast. We are in Cromer today, here in the east of England, and it's a busy day. You know, just driving here from Great Yarmouth, you know, the amount of people that still like to go and do their Christmas traditions of going to see the seals, or just going to have a walk by the sea, or doing what this guy's doing. And you can see his feet behind me. Look at him. That looks like so much fun. I wish I could have a go at doing that. Anyway, do feel free to come and give the video a big thumbs up as well. And we're going to go and do a little bit of a festive walk in Cromer. And give us a shout out as well. And if you're watching on replay, always appreciate a thumbs up. It's just me today because Gabby's not feeling very well, bless her. So she's at home recovering from, we had a little bit of a buffet and a little bit of a drink last night, but she's not feeling very well, so she's at home. Hello to Hazel, hello to Katie as well. Big shout out to John, Laura, hello to Master Goose, User Penny. Big shout out to you, hope you had a good festive period as well. Hello to Natasha. We're going to start where we always start in Cromer. If you've been watching the videos for a while, just here where all the information you can get about the past from Dogger Bank and Doggerland. You know, it's absolutely fascinating history, the fact that this was once part of what was Doggerland. You can see there just where Cromer used to be, where the ice sheets came down, and yeah, it must have been an incredible place back then. Not like it is now, and I'm sure it probably wouldn't have been the best place to live in those days. But you can't beat Cromer. If you're not familiar with Cromer, it's got a pier, it's got a lovely little town, and they do their big annual New Year's Day fireworks, which will be happening this year on New Year's Day. And I'm debating whether to come up here and do a live stream. So let us know if you'd like to see that, maybe. Bit of a windy one, very cold. I think it's 6 degrees. So yeah, we're gonna have a walk around the town, have a walk around the pier. If you're at home in the warm. Do you know, I haven't done a Christmas Day swim for a good few years. They do one, I think they do New Year's Day swim here, I'm not sure. Basically on the coast you get a Christmas Day swim, a Boxing Day swim, or you get a New Year's Day swim. The fireworks, I don't know whether they're still the same company that does the fireworks in London, but they are normally a good display. He's coming pretty close. Oh, he's landing, is he? No. He's literally just going over people's heads. That must be so exhilarating to do that. If I knew what I was doing, I'd definitely give that a try. But what's scary about that, if you don't know what you're doing, especially with this wind, it could take you up pretty high, and then you don't know where you're going, you can fall to the ground. It can't be pleasant. Yeah, so do give the video a thumbs up. We've got 52 thumbs up right now. Christmas by the Sea, day number 2 in Cromer. Really wish I brought my gloves, actually. Hello to Rachel. Good afternoon all. I love the Seaside walks, Tim. Hope everyone has a great new year. It's never too early to say Happy New Year, is it? Joanna, we stayed at the Sandcliffe Hotel in the summer. What I personally love about Cromer though is especially this time of year when you get like a real foggy, misty day and it becomes late evening, all the lights come on. Yeah, it's got such a great atmosphere. Hello Tim, the Nortons here. We met you last Saturday at the Castle Mall in Norwich. Oh, hello. On the way to axe sewing. we had a lovely talk with you. Hope you have a great new year, and you guys as well, the Nortons. Yeah, you were really lovely to chat to. I hope you did have a great festive period. I am actually looking forward to the fact that we might get some snowy weather, because the coastline in the snow looks so beautiful. So I'm hoping that we do get some, so we can head out and go for a walk. Honestly, if you want to burn off some excess Christmas weight, give those stairs a good run up, I tell you. God, that wind is cold. Hopefully you can hear me all right, because I've got the muff on the mic, so it shouldn't be too windy. Of course, Cromer being a Victorian seaside town, there is some really beautiful Victorian architecture to enjoy. The hotel, which I'll show you when we go onto the pier, if you've never seen it before, which I'm sure you have, if you've been watching these videos for a while. Hello, Lee. Linda's in the chat. Hello to Deborah. Do tell us where you're watching from as well this afternoon. Foxy B. Tesco was nuts. See, it's a crazy thing, isn't it? After Christmas, you walk into Tesco and you'll go and try to get some essentials and it's all gone, like the bread, the butter. And then if you think about getting some, buffet food, like we tried to do yesterday, again, everyone just goes nuts for it. It's all gone. Well, it was for us. The tide is in at the minute, yes. Big shout out from the Orkney Islands. And hello, Estonia, West Virginia, USA. It is weird, isn't it? If you're not actually at work between Christmas and New Year, when you do venture outside, it does feel a little weird, doesn't it? And if you've been inside over Christmas and you had the heating on, it's nice to go out and get some fresh air. This just goes to show that there is a lot of people that are still off work between Christmas and New Year. Bearing in mind this is a Monday afternoon. Between Christmas and New Year, we always forget, don't we? But it's Monday afternoon. There's the church that stands proud in Cromer. If you're out to sea, you can see that for at least a good few miles. I was lucky enough to go out on a boat last year with a friend of mine, and you could really see the massive tower there of the church out to sea. You could really pinpoint Cromer. See, the queue to get into the fish and chips in the summer is really busy, but it's also really busy today. Look at it. Yeah, I am gutted that Gabby's not here, because it would have been nice to have gone and had a coffee with her afterwards. Ryan, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Ocean Power 84 afternoon. Yeah, every time I kind of think to myself, we'll go and have a walk towards Cromer Lighthouse, the signal just drops off. Again, it's a bit rubbish around here in parts. So if you are watching this live, obviously the stream goes a little bit fuzzy. There's not much I can do about it. It's all to do with the signal. Makes you think whether mobile phone signals will ever be sorted out. Will there be one day you can get the perfect signal all the time? Bookshop's open, look. Oh, that looks new. Do tell us if you've been to Cromer before, because it's interesting that when you guys watch, if you have memories of coming here, you've been here, you might live here. One of the popular pubs in Cromer is the Wellington, which is just here on the right hand side. Reminds me of an old West End pub. It's really nice inside. Love the old lighting in there. Let's go down to the pier, shall we? Oh, Master Goose, 5G is just ridiculous. I used to do 5G on the streams, and then it just was worse. So I just kept it to 4G because it was absolutely pointless. Looking further up the North Norfolk coast that way, and south towards Walcott, and eventually on to Great Yarmouth. This is where the signal goes a little bit dodge. It's just like the old days. I'm not sure if there's any people doing any crabbing. Yeah, hopefully we'll be live tomorrow around about 1 o'clock. If that changes, I'll let you know. Even in the winter, Cromer's beautiful. Yeah, it is. Roger, we're bringing our caravan up to the Norfolk-Suffolk border on the 3rd weekend in January, up to the Seacross site, up the road, West Runton, our first January caravan trip. Well, have you seen the forecast, I think, for next, or for the end of, what day is it? It's Monday, isn't it? So the end of the weekend looks pretty cold, possibly snowy. Well, that'll be interesting in a caravan. It's probably not a good idea to take it out. It depends what kind of caravan it is. If it's a towing one or it's like an RV one. I turned up thinking you were in Blackpool Christmas by the Sea. I did go there this year, but I didn't get a chance to do a live. Free entry onto the pier with the famous Cromer Pier show. They've got a festive one. I think that's the... Oh, it's finished now, isn't it? It's a shame. In the far distance, you can see loads of wind turbines. The sun is actually shining on them, so I'm trying to think where that's coming from, because there's a lot of clouds here, right in the distance. 101 thumbs up. Even if you're watching the replay, a thumbs up does help the channel out loads. And do tell us if there is a live that you would like to see in 2026 on this channel. Obviously, being based on the East Coast, I do a lot of them, but you know, we'll be heading down to Bournemouth, the South Coast. But again, unfortunately, it all depends on the signal. There's some places where I just can't do a live because the signal's just non-existent. Flamborough in East Yorkshire. Okay. Wells next to Sea, I can't do a live from there. The signal just goes out. I think is a lot of buildings built up just around the quayside. You just can't get much of a signal. It's weird, isn't it? Because here it's okay, but that's because we're lower and the cliffs are higher, and the actual one of the nearest towers, I believe, is in, I think it's further up there. I don't know, actually. I think there is one in Cromer. But look at that. You can see how that the Hotel de Paris stands on the cliff there. overlooking the North Sea in all weathers. You can imagine being out to sea looking towards the hotel with the lights on. Cromer is on the Norfolk coast between Great Yarmouth and Hunstanton, I guess. It's kind of like in the middle between that, just down the road from Sheringham. Easy to get to from Norwich. Yeah, Eastbourne again. I did do a live there once. Again, the signal was rubbish. It's a bit of a shame. It's not too rough. People doing some fishing. So the best place to see the fireworks on New Year's Day is just up there, and I'll show you one of the best places to see the fireworks. I mean, you can see them from all the seafront, but up there is one of a sweet spot. Is the missus still on a cruise with her mum? No. The mother-in-law didn't come on the cruise. Oh, that's great. They've had a little timeline here of Cromer Pier. Look at that. Back from 1900. See, look at that. It doesn't look much different from the 1920s to the 1930s. That's what I mean. It's had some awful things happen to it through the storms, but generally it's always looked the same. Unfortunately, the storms here on the Norfolk coast, especially when we get the northerly or northeasterly winds, it's pretty bad. And I don't know if anyone who's watching, like from the UK, you may remember that back in I think it was it 2018? The pier was featured on BBC One on their idents, and to make it look more festive they added a Christmas tree on there, a couple of little market stalls and a helter-skelter, but that was just for show. It was never actually on the pier at all. If you go onto YouTube you can still see that. Why haven't they ever had a helter-skelter on here, I wonder? Of course, Emma, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Andrew, to be revealed. See, the thing is if you ever thought about surfing in Cromer, it is pretty good, but unfortunately it's only certain times, because obviously the tide, when it comes in like it is now, they break pretty much on the actual beach near the rocks. But the best place to come and do a bit of surfing is on this side. So yeah, I hope you all had a great Christmas. Some of you might be happy that it's over. Some of you might not. This time between Christmas and New Year always drags a little bit, doesn't it? Sometimes you just want the New Year just to come and go and just get into it, really, don't you? See, if it wasn't for these sea defences, like what you can see now, Cromer would be really getting battered. And bearing in mind they've... big wave coming in now, whoa. They've actually had these sea defences done like 3 different times in the last 20 years. Like 2013, this got really battered, the pier did. I mean, look at that. Stand here for ages just listening to that. Although there's one thing you can't smell between Christmas and New Year. It's really weird, but you never really smell fish and chips. Even though they are cooking them, you don't smell them as much as you do in the summer. Yeah, the sea defences around Hemsby, unfortunately, the government stroke Borough Council have decided that they are going to leave it to nature to take its course, which is a little bit of a shame. Yes, well, if you want to go to Cleethorpes, yeah, again, I tried it. It's so annoying, a lot of these coastal towns trying to do a live stream. Signal is really rubbish. I mean, you can see these rocks never used to be here on the beach at all, but if it wasn't for these, this sea wall would be getting absolutely ruined. And I think if we have some strong northerly winds next week, Cromer will be getting battered. It kind of like really does get hit bad when we get those swells in the winter, those northeast winds, northerly winds. Am I still going to Japan? There is the plan to go to Asia next year, sorry. Best fish and chips in Norfolk beat Whitby's, really? They are good. Hang on a second, what's going on there? I used to have, there is still actually on the main channel, fish and chip reviews from Cromer and Whitby and Scarborough. I don't count my steps, Vera. I should do, really. Any clues on where the RV trip is going to be? America.
We're going there.
Kim, it should be after New Year, depending on the weather. I'm waiting to see what's happening with the weather, actually. Absolutely right, Neil. If you have been noticing the fish and chip shops, you have been here for 5 years, which is incredible support, so thank you. I've had the pleasure of actually staying in this hotel, and it was a really enjoyable stay. However, it was a bit windy. Well, extremely windy when I stayed here. I can't remember which room I stayed in. I think it was it that one? Barry, thank you very much, appreciate that. It was, there was a lot of coach tours when I stayed here, so it was a really busy hotel. I can't say there was many families staying here. I think it was a lot of coach tours, people in their 60s, obviously 70s. So I felt quite young again. But I love these old streets of Cromer. This is what I love walking around, especially in the winter. If you get a chance to walk around here in the snow, it's even better. I have stayed at the Pier Hotel in Galston, Kim, yeah. Great memories of holidays when I was a child with my now late parents, also Yarmouth, as it was a short trip up the coast from Walton on the Naze. Walton on the Naze, yes. That's lovely in the summer. How far ahead do you plan your trips? Well, last year I planned them around about 3 months in advance. But as yet, I've got some general ideas, but I haven't got much else sorted because I just have not had the time. I love your YouTube videos, walks arounds. Do you have another one in the country? Happy New Year, happy great day. Helen, not quite sure what you mean there. Would you ever do a competition where the winner gets to come on a trip with you? Roger. Never really thought about it, to be honest. Would anybody want to? I'd be busy filming the whole time, so I probably wouldn't be great company. Australia. Afternoon, Tim and family from a cloudy Galston. Mick, it's a cloudy Cromer. I can smell roast dinners. Where you would normally expect to smell fish and chips, I can smell roast dinners. Walking around these really lovely little cottages in Cromer. Look at that. Now I can smell fish and chips.
You smell fish and chips?
See, I'm not the only one. Mary Jane's always busy. There's always a queue. Always a queue. So you can tell that the fish and chips here are popular. Hello Hayley, nice to see you. Suze, thank you very much, appreciate that. The best chippy, some people say it's Mary Jane's, others would say it's Cromer number 1 or number 1 Cromer. But if you ever do get a chance to come up here, there's a great little tea shop just up here on the right hand side. I have been to that one in Whitby, yes. Again, Whitby is always very difficult to do a live stream around just because of the cliffs and the buildings. I am live tomorrow, Ryan, yes, 1 o'clock. Well, somebody said to me the other day, you know, are you surprised that people are still interested in live walks? And I said, well, I guess yes, because the channel started when we were in lockdown because people couldn't get out. And I obviously thought, well, what's going to happen afterwards, you know? Why would people want to watch still? But they do. And I completely get why as well, when people can't travel or they, you know, they've got a little bit of downtime and they want to see the places that they used to come to as a child. Cromer being one of them, with I would say their famous Christmas lights. What I love about the Cromer Christmas lights is they've always been the same year on year, they never get changed. Julian, thank you so much, appreciate that. I might surprise you, Barry, you never know. Where was it? Was it here? I tried a Cromer bun when I did a video from Cromer years ago. A couple of years ago, it was there, I'm sure it was. 157 thumbs up. If you hit the thumbs up, it doesn't cost you anything. It's free to do and it helps the channel uploads. I can't feel my hand. I didn't bring any gloves with me because it didn't look that cold. How can it look cold other than seeing ice and snow? It didn't feel cold as I stepped out the door, to be honest. But you've got to be out for a little while. Would I like to live in Cromer? I would. Gabby wouldn't want to. Amanda, Cromer is one of these places that is that stands in time. In olden days, the houses, and you could walk around here and it hasn't changed since, you know, 20, 30 years. And I think that's the charm of Cromer and other seaside towns, you know. Not too much changes, and that's why people like it, because they have memories from their childhood. Thanks, Carol. I have got a jacket on, just I don't have any gloves on. Sorry. Am I going to be, Craig, thank you so much. I don't know, actually. That's a hard one, JBM Travels. There's been so many. Yeah, Mark, I mean, it's an interesting debate, but it depends what kind of seaside town you're talking about. I mean, Cromer it wouldn't make a difference to Cromer, but, you know, places like Great Yarmouth, they do need to up their game to keep people coming back because it's more of a resort. Whereas Cromer, people come because they know what it's like here, the Victorian seaside town where there isn't too much in your face, but there's some nice amusements, there's places to eat food, fish and chips. A beautiful sandy beach, although you wouldn't think it today, but there is a really lovely sandy beach here. This part is quite shingly, but there is a nice sandy beach, especially going up towards Sheringham. And when you go towards the North Norfolk coast, some of the beaches there around Brancaster, and again, there's videos on the Walk With Me Tim channel, you know, that wouldn't look at a place in Spain, you know, or even the Caribbean. Some of the in the summer, you know, the water, it's like you can go diving off the coast here, and there is some chalky reefs. And I've seen there's a couple of videos on YouTube where you can see divers going down and all the sea cup, and on a clear period of weather, you know, there's the sea, even though it's the North Sea and people say it's dirty and that, remember a lot of the time it is the sediment that makes it look as brown as it does. Yeah, I was about, yes, I thought the same actually about the Isle of Wight. Sandown, yeah. I live in Montagnose in Scotland. We have the 5th oldest golf course in the world, and the council are letting it get by. Oh, that's a shame. But the thing is, I guess you've got to think about it, like how much money can they keep ploughing in? Because you can inevitably not stop the sea and nature. You can stop it to a point, but it'll just, yeah, how much money do you have to keep putting it in to keep the sea at bay? That's why it's such a shame what's happening along Haysborough as well. Similar situation going on there, and it's been going on there for years. It's getting worse. It's the same in Hemsby. Music zone, yes, of course, yes, I am worried about coastal erosion because I do live by the sea, and it's a threat that's ongoing, and it's a threat that you can, yeah, you look at all these, you know, government reports, they are sometimes over exaggerated, I think, when they say in 10 years this will be in the sea. I mean, my former house where I used to live in a cottage, they said that would be in the sea within 20 years, and I've lived there for well over 20 years, and the position of the cliff has not moved. So I think sometimes they might be right, sometimes they're wrong. But like places like Hemsby, you can be really shocked and be like, I don't understand why it's happened so fast. No one expected it to. KK Crispy, welcome. Hazel Manship, hello. If I haven't said hello to you already, come and tell me and I'll say hello. It's just like the old days when I first started the channel, walking around the great British seaside. I hope you are enjoying them still. As we're looking out to Cromer. So this is probably one of my favourite spots to watch the New Year's fireworks. It does get very busy, but you know, a lot of people go that side of the pier, but when you're taking photos, I always prefer it from this side. And it all depends which way the wind's blowing as well, because if the wind's blowing onshore, a lot of the fireworks will kind of just be heading that way. But this is always a great spot, I think. Oh, thank you so much, appreciate that. Well, that's why I'll still continue them on Coastal Adventures as well. That's why I did do the second channel. So hopefully the fans of the Seaside Walks will enjoy the content that will be here in 2026. Like I say, I'm not going to guarantee there'll be loads and loads of videos, because obviously I do concentrate obviously on what can be Tim, but I will do as many as I feasibly can, and if not, as many lives as I possibly can as well. You see those old tractors, although some of them look pretty new. There's some really old tractors there pulling these boats off the beach. As long as they change the tyres, they're all good. I mean, some of these are so rusted up, the engines, I mean, just look at that. Still pulling them up. Hello Angela in Nottingham. It's grey here. We had the sun on Christmas Day, we had the sun on Boxing Day, and then it's been cloudy ever since. They did say that about sandbanks, but I tell you what, it doesn't look good for sandbanks for the future, especially when all these people have all these incredible houses there. Remember, that is just on a sandbank and is very susceptible to flooding and erosion. I mean, like, nobody thought that would happen as bad as it did in Hemsby. This is new, isn't it? This walk down to the beach. I don't ever remember seeing this. Foxy B, do tell us what the signal's like as we go up here, because I often sometimes lose it. So I'm going to keep going as much as I can to see if we can actually get to Cromer Lighthouse. But this is where I normally can't walk any further because it drops off. 400 people watching. We've got 200 thumbs up. If you're watching this on replay, a thumbs up would help out the channel amaze loads, so please do it. Hello Michelle Martin in Nottingham. Is Cromer known for its crab? It is one of the best pieces of shellfish you can buy in the UK. Cromer crabs, they are famous. Hayley, I love everything you do, Tim, on both of your channels. I will never get bored with any of you. Well, that means a lot. Thank you so much. Please keep it up. Well, I'm going to try and push it and see how far we go, but the houses always block the signal up here, but we'll keep going, shall we? See how the trees look from how they, it's so pretty, especially in the summer. People often think that someone comes and trims them to look like that. Eugene, you can hype this channel. I don't know if you can hype a live, can you? Signal a bit dodge. Come on, we can do this. We're going to keep going. I've never gone this far up the coastline from Cromer before. Are we still there? Well, no, we're buffering, are we? It's not Vodafone, it's EE. We're still here. Right, let's keep going. We're still here, we're keeping going. I wonder if I actually use Starlink to do these lives, would the signal drop out? Yes, Kent has lovely oysters. We're still good. Is Gabby in the chat? Are you here, Gabby? Look at this, I don't think I've come this far before, so we've still got a signal. Maybe it's good because not too many people are on the network this time of year. Yeah, you say that, Neil, but there are patches where Starlink does lose its signal a little bit. I'm setting a signal record. Look at that. I definitely am. Hello. We're still here. Just about. I know, talk about timing, right? Look, there is an open studio here where you can sit and do some painting. Look at that, in someone's garden. Wow, they've got a really lovely photo there of Cromer in the snow. Hang on, zoom in. Yeah, I would love that, to do a live stream. So if we do get some snow next week, and I am around, I would definitely try to come up here to do a live stream. Look how far we are now from Cromer Pier. We're still going on. Are we still strong? Come on. We're pushing the signal to the max. Wow, I'm impressed. Will we get to Cromer Lighthouse? Currently on the famous coastal path. Signal is, I tell you, I know I say it's how beautiful it is, but in the winter, obviously, with the trees bare, and the grey skies, doesn't look as good as it does in the summer, obviously. Look at this, a record on the stream. This will definitely drop out because we're going into the woods up here. I'm actually, yeah, it's still classed as Cromer, yeah. Whoo! They have, Amanda, yeah. I don't have my heated jacket on. No, it's not that cold, to be honest. Thank you, Dawn, for the support. I know, who said Norfolk was flat? The signal is still good. This could be a record. It's just nice to have a walk around the woods as well this time of year, between Christmas and New Year. I haven't had any breakfast this morning, actually. See you, Lisa. Thanks for watching. God, look at that. We are deep in the woods now. If you just tuned in, you're like, what the hell's going on? I'm trying to walk to Cromer Lighthouse. We no longer can see Cromer Pier. Look at that, I can see it. I think we might even make it to Cromer Lighthouse. A lot of people have never seen Cromer Lighthouse on the live streams. Come on, don't let me down. It is just there. You can see it flashing. I don't know whether I should have, hang on, go this way. Hello, Dean. Hi, Beverly. Well, I've never managed to walk this far on a live stream without the signal dropping out. You can see some, never seen those before, there's some chalets down there. But there is Cromer Lighthouse. I could chance it and go all the way up, but I don't think that's a good idea. Get a great view up here. So, you know, if you come to Cromer, you keep walking past the pier, you can walk. It's a lovely walk during the summer, you know, early morning walk as the sun rises, and you can just see through there the glimpses of the pier. You know, there's something about being at the seaside in the winter with the fresh air, clears your head. If you want, you know, a place to come and think, or you just need some time out, the family's been a bit too much, and you just coming for a walk like this is really good for the soul. Life in a French manner, definitely. Although I'm gutted that Gabby's not here, so I can't enjoy a cuppa with her. Cheers, Craig. Appreciate your support. Hope you've had a great Christmas. Well, let me know if you fancy seeing the live fireworks from Cromer on New Year's Day. Let me know in the chat, and I might come up here. What meat did I have for Christmas, KK? I had turkey. I'm in Cromer. Is the signal dropping a little bit? We've got a few yeses. I did it a good few years ago. Obviously, I'll be doing a live stream, as I've done for the last 4 years now, on Walk Me Tim. Yes, it's got nothing to do with travel, but it's just a nice time to come together, the community, obviously, on the channel, if you're still up, New Year, at around about 11:15 on New Year's Eve. And I've had some really lovely messages from the past from a lot of people that spend New Year's on their own, and they do appreciate it coming on and chatting to others, chatting to us, and we count down to the new year. Obviously, it's UK based, so the time is obviously counted down to the time turning the new year in the UK. So obviously, if you're watching from elsewhere, it won't necessarily feel the same. Yeah, Music Zone. Is this Ian? Are you Ian? From a good few years ago, when we were doing a Hastings Live, and you did something very, very kind. Ian Bailey, appreciate that. Hey, Bubble Cadbury. I'm not a big fan of New Year. I know that some people go, oh, I love New Year. I've personally, I'm not a big fan of it, you know, because there's either so much pressure to go on and do something, and I just kind of sometimes just want to be, or dare I say it, I'm getting old, I'd much just rather go to bed before New Year. I know it sounds a bit boring, but because sometimes because the Christmas period is so busy, and sometimes you just want to relax New Year. I've done the whole New Year thing, going out and counting it down, and it's great. And I've been to London to see the fireworks, which was not so great, but to see the fireworks was great. But my God, waiting for 2 hours, just standing there for the fireworks in London is, that was, by the way, when it was free. I don't know whether it's free this year, but I went to London, the fireworks, when it was free. We went with Holly when she was really young, and we were waiting there, I think, for 3 hours. And it's really weird. You stand there and you think to yourself, oh, surely they'll get this underway now because everybody's here, but obviously they don't. but there's nothing else really going on, and people just standing around, and there is some, you know, festive merriment to be had, but you've got to be prepared to just stand there. But when you see the fireworks in person in London compared to when you see it on the TV, the weird thing about it is it looks smaller. I can't explain it, but the fireworks look impressive, but they're in a smaller, it's really weird to explain, they're in a smaller part of the sky than you might think. Yes, Craig, I'd love to go to Edinburgh for that as well. That would be really good. Okay, let's shout out the top fans in the chat this afternoon. So at number 1, Craig Cargill with 1,600 points, followed by Barry at 775. This is for chats, by the way. Steve with 350 points. Suze at 4th place with 225 points. Penny at number 5 with 150 points. Eugene McGeever has got 100 points at number 6. Deborah at number 7 with 100 points. Tying it with KK Crispy at number 8, and at number 9, Linda Holmes with 75 points, and Shira Volts with 75x. It's just a fun way of how many times you give a message, and YouTube counts it for the top fans in the live chat, so thanks for that. We've got 262 thumbs up. Remember to hit the thumbs up, it helps us out. So yeah, if you're not doing anything and you fancy coming on the live stream, 11:15 p.m. UK time, New Year's Eve. And also Gabby will be doing a live gig. She's a singer, she'll be doing a live gig from home. I thought she was going to be in the chat, so she put the link up, but I don't think she's there. I think they do, yeah. I mean, the thing is obviously they need to make it look good for telly, but obviously working in TV myself, everything does look bigger on screen than it does in real life, and it's the same for the fireworks. It is a real busy day for people coming to see the seals in a place called Horsey, further up the coast. That's just a lovely image of Cromer just right there. I've always wanted to, and I never have, always wanted to take an image from this point in Cromer throughout the seasons. That would be nice, wouldn't it? We flew out of Chicago on the evening of the 4th of July. It was amazing watching the fireworks across the city to climb out. I bet it was. Are you in Chicago at the minute? You know, you don't have to go to Horsey to see the seals. They're all along the coast, but obviously you have to keep your distance and make sure if you have any dogs that don't go near them. I hope you're enjoying this live stream. I will be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. Come and get involved in the chat. It's always good to say hello to you. And I really do appreciate, you know, a lot of you that have followed me from the very beginning on Walk With Me Tim that have come over to this second channel now, and the support is, it does mean a lot, because I really do enjoy these walks. You know, if I could have it my way, I would just do the walks and just visit seaside towns, but unfortunately it doesn't pull in as many people to, you know, for it to pay. You know, we've all got bills to pay and stuff like that, and I'd love to do it full time, but unfortunately it's probably, you'd have to get a part-time job in order for it to work, which is a shame, because obviously my passion is the Great British Seaside. So I am still planning to do a lot more on this channel, whether I can, time allowing, next year. Yeah, I'm in back to Bournemouth for a while. Bournemouth did a really good Christmas event a few years ago. Has anyone been to Bournemouth this year? Do they still have a good Christmas event? No, Ian, Cromer doesn't have fireworks all year round. They should do. Thank you, Foxy B. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet to Coastal Adventures, make sure you do. I've never been in the States on the 4th of July. No, I haven't actually. Vivid Dreams, great live stream. Hello from Somerset. Enjoying it very much is Gillian. Daniel says, hope Gabby's better. Why don't I go to Newquay? Hope you had a good Christmas. Thank you, Gary. Hope you did too. Watching from Liverpool, Scouse, 1690. It's gone to the dogs, Tim. You had a big ice rink, but is that it? Miles and Memories UK, that means a lot, thank you. Thank you, Master Goose. I don't know where she is. She said, make sure you mention it. I'll be in the chat, and she's not. Yeah, I do it with Gabby. Mandy. Oh, here she is. Hi everyone, I have bed. Here, but couldn't comment. You've been in bed. Have you, darling? Been in bed? You're on the sofa when I left you. Hope you're okay. Yeah, so Master Goose, Neil just put a link up for Gabby's little bit of live music on New Year's Eve. Obviously she's a singer, so she's charging a small fee to go and watch her sing on New Year's Eve. So she appreciates it. Like I say, if you've got nothing planned on your New Year's Eve, the old crab shop. That's an Airbnb now, is it? Oh. No, Craig, I've got some family down, so they'll be sorting out Casper. I want to check out this old shop where it hasn't changed in years, the front of it. There you go. Gabby, you were saying about a nail place. There's a nail place in Cromer. Look, I don't know how long that's been there. 1 second, I just want to show you some of these really beautiful photos. See, this is what I'm talking about, Cromer at sunset in the summer, where the sun never really does set. That is just such a beautiful image. And then you've got Cromer in the snow with the dark snow clouds beyond it. And then you've got the summer in Wells next to the sea. And that's a lovely photo, look at that. A 180. One of my favourite places here on the coast. You go down there, sunset. We used to be able to have like a fire on the beach, barbecue. Are we still live? I think my chat's froze. Here it is. Well, it's got some different things in it, it looks like. Sorry, I lost the chat there for a second. I know, I don't know if anyone has, excuse me. I don't know if anyone has actually seen, I don't know what I'm talking about now, I've lost train of thought. I can't even remember what I was talking about now. Just ignore me. Have I been to Broadstairs in Kent? Yes, I have. It's lovely sandy beaches there. Thank you, Mr. Robin. We've been live for 59 minutes so far. There's 400 of you watching. We've got 280 thumbs up. So let's get to 400, maybe 500 on the replay would be great. We'll be live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Again, if you can join me, that'd be great. For Christmas by the Sea, day number 3. So yeah, I did ask this earlier, but a few people answered. Where are most of you watching from this afternoon? Do tell us in the comments. So we've got Nottingham, Manchester, Glasgow, Coventry, Lutterworth, Woodstock, New York, Kent, Southeast London, Broadstairs. We've got Cambridge in the house, Ireland, Bournemouth, St Albans, Leeds. I'll just walk this way actually, just to go the other way. Maine, USA. We've got Lowestoft, Staffordshire, the Netherlands, Milton Keynes, love the crab emoji, lobster emoji, sorry. Ipswich, Prince Edward Island in Canada, Surrey, Blackpool's in the house. Watching from space, Eugene, I don't know if anyone is. Enfield, we've got Reading, Biggleswade. Germany, Burnley, Basildon, Texas in Houston, Galway in Ireland, Bitchester, Nantwich, Devon, Welland. We've got some Norfolk people in the house, which is nice. The Netherlands, just across the water there. Diss, Dorset, Norwich. 300 likes. 400, let's go. Go on, Morecambe. We've got Sussex. If the space trips ever came down, would you do? Of course. I don't think they're ever going to come down. Now, I'll probably lose signal if I go this way. If I do, just stay with me, but I'm just going to go this side of the buildings because it's really busy on the other side. It will probably, signal will probably drop out. The signal's been doing great things today, so hopefully it'll still stay strong. If you're watching this live and you're wondering why I keep going on about the signal, it was a live stream, and obviously I use the networks to broadcast. Georgia, USA. Well, do you remember there was this big thing about, I think it was a joke, but also they were kind of serious, Premier Inn having a place on the moon. Can you imagine? That'd be incredible. Of all the hotel brands, who would be the first to build one on the moon? There's a question. Would it be a Marriott, a Hilton? Would it be a luxury one? Would it be a budget one? A Travelodge? A Pontins on the moon? Can you imagine that? Sorry, just walking around the bins here behind the fish and chip shop restaurant that is absolutely packed this afternoon. Could do some fish and chips actually. I'll go down a treat, that would. The most famous wall to eat your fish and chips on in Cromer. Let me just get over. Looks like the sun's coming out a little bit here. Where do you get your love of the seaside? I think from my mum. She was obsessed of going to the coast. Obviously, I used to live in the middle part of the country, and she would go and go to a little place called Winterton, which is on the Norfolk coast, and they used to have a chalet there. I have fond memories of that. I don't know, I've always wanted to just be here by the coast. You know, you speak to anyone that lives by the coast, it's almost an addiction, you know. You need to hear it, smell it, be by it. And whenever you go, you know, inland, especially in the summer, you're like, I just want to get back. I do. I can do all the amazing places around the world, but my heart is always still here, not necessarily in Cromer, but on the east coast of England. In the summer it's beautiful. In the winter it's also comes into its own. No, there's no real posh. Well, there is. There's a nice hotel. There's the Clifton, which is just there. Where normally, when I do a live with Gabby, we go in there for a cup of tea. a pot of tea to warm us up after we do a live, but there is also just around the corner there a nice tea shop as well. I've always been old before my time, yeah. My friends used to say to me when I was in my 20s that I'm a nutter wanting to go and live by the coast because there's no jobs there, there's no real life there, which I have to disagree. But it's where you're happiest. What's the problem? And why do we have this thing in the UK where you have to be at a certain age until you can come and retire and live by the coast? Yes, we're not going to lie. It's not a great place for jobs, especially in the winter, and especially for the work that I was doing. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this live stream today. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching it on replay, do give the video a thumbs up. And also, hopefully, if you're not doing anything, you can join me for Christmas by the Sea tomorrow at 1 p.m. So from Cromer, I will say goodbye, and I'll leave you with this view. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.